Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
We're the RC Sailors, and we're at the Barbersville Park. I almost always forget it. The Barbersville Park. There are a couple ponds here. We've been testing some boats lately on the channel, and we've got another one to test with you guys. This comes in at a very good price. It's called the HELIFAR H106, like a faraway helicopter. HELIFAR, something. It's weird. It's a weird name. There's that HeliCute name, but anyway. I like how this looks, first of all. It just is very sleek. It's almost like a bullet. Look at this. It just looks like a bullet. You load into a gun and shoot out. It just looks awesome. It does come with this little boat stand that collapses. It's your very traditional three-piece boat stand. I'm glad that it has it. And it's not just, all or nothing. We have proportional throttle and steering with our steering servo. This little guy locks in place. Unlock that, and then the back comes off. Once that shell is off, just like most of these boats you see on our channel, you unlock all four of these, and then it pops up and we can see everything inside. This has our lithium-ion battery, just like one recently on the channel, and it's a 600 milliamp battery. It's charged via the USB charge cable that's included to the little balance lead, about an hour or so to charge. And we get a couple other spare parts with this. If you like, you can put on the little silicone soft squishy piece on the front to help protect it while you're driving in an uncharted area with some rocks. So if you want, you can put that on there, and it'll save the hull of your boat from getting cracked up and banged up.
I don't want to use that today.
I don't either.
It looks better without it.
I think so too. And we know that there are no rocks over where we'll be driving. We also have a little spare nut, a spare prop, and a wrench. The wrench is to tighten the little nut on the back. You want to make sure that's snug, because if it does fall off in the water, you have no more forward movement. Now, some of you might be wondering, what are these little coils inside the boat around the motor? This is a water-cooled system. A lot of boats are, almost all of them, at least in this price range and everything. At the bottom of the boat, you'll see two things. You're going to see this hole. That hole is where water is sucked up in through this hose, and then it wraps around these coils around the motor to help keep that cool. And then we also have this little metal contact. Keep in mind that when you turn your boat on, it's not going to have power until you sit this down in the water. When that
I forgot to say that's where the water exits.
Yeah, the water exits out that hose, that's right. When the water makes contact to that, it says, okay, it's safe to turn on. So keep that in mind. Nothing is wrong with your boat. Set it in water and I'll bet you it'll work just fine. And one really nice thing about this boat is that it comes with a second battery. So that's great, because of the boats we've tested so far, this is the only one with a second battery, and $50. Comes in
for
at $50
two batteries?
with
wow.
2 batteries. It's a really good deal.
That is a good deal.
Now it does have this drone style transmitter. Generally the way these work is throttle, so you just hold throttle up and then you steer left and right like this. Okay, we have some trim functions, so if it's veering off one way over the other, and then reverse is just down on this side. Kind of weird, but it works once you get the hang of it. You also have an instruction manual, very nice, quite a few pages, and it's a good setup. It's a very good setup. I especially love the 2 batteries, and just the way it looks, bright orange on the water should look great, so let's have some fun. When you first sit it in the water, I'm not showing you this, it just did it. I would have to take all the battery out and stuff. It does, the ESC makes a noise, it binds up, just like an airplane would. So that's really nice, because you know for sure you're bound. So you just push the left stick forward and you got a little movement. Now I'm just pushing it forward a little bit right now, just to kind of cruise nice and close to make sure everything's working and it's trimmed up okay. Looks fine, so let's open it up. Oh, yeah, that's got a good little speed to it for such a little guy. It's gonna look slow. I can see the water shooting out the side. That's good. The water cooling system is working. It's gonna look kind of slow because this is a bigger pond, but this one is turning on a dime, especially to the right, much sharper than the other little, what do we do? It was like a $70 one in that little pond.
It was the rose gold one.
The rose gold. I didn't like that.
That was built fairly similar to this.
But I like this one a lot more. This one seems to be handling a lot better. Let's test some range. Go out here a little bit. Gonna see if we can make it at least to the fountain. If so, I'll be happy.
Well, if I could hold it steady.
And I think that's pretty good. So to the fountain, I made a fish jump out there too. That's about as far as I want to go, out to that fountain. I really can't see it much further than that, so. Now I noticed that it's veering off. You guys probably have noticed that too, to the right. So let's try to do steering trim to the left. So I trimmed it up. Let's see if that made any difference at all. Oh yeah, noticeable difference. It's actually going much straighter. There we go. Just needed a couple more clicks and we're perfect. That's great. Look at that go.
Sun just came out. Whew.
Sure did. There, it's straight on rails. Okay, so
you get really close and you turn and I lose it.
I am not able to flip this over on my own, so let's see if I can get it. We're going to test the self-riding feature. Also, this does have reverse, so just push down on the left stick and go nice and slow. Back up out of any situation that you get yourself into. So let's test that self-riding feature, and then Abby, you want to have a little fun with it?
Yes, I do. Can I try the self-riding?
Oh yeah.
I haven't got to test any of the boats so far with self-riding.
So I just manually flipped it over. Abby is going to test it. See if she can get this back over. Yeah, okay.
So easy.
You said forward, back, and it rocked over, right?
Yeah.
I like how this looks a lot. I like that orange and silver.
I like how you described it as a bullet because I feel like that describes it perfectly.
It looks like a bullet.
Get my whirlpool going.
Pretty fast for the price point. It's a good size. It's not like some little bathtub toy. It's definitely big enough to be driving in a. Okay, there you got the whirlpool.
Making everybody busy.
Ooh, it actually splashed. Yeah, it felt good. All right. Thing we like about this camera that we're using now, instead of the other one, is we can actually zoom in to chase these boats. So that's what's nice. You are in the water, and I don't see you. There's birds. There's a fly. Okay, that's pretty good, Abby. So I cannot look. I don't know to give you guys a reference point how far that is.
I'm coming back now.
Yeah, well,
go back.
That is far. I can't really see it. The only way I can see that is the little rooster tail shooting up behind it. All right, so the range is perfect. Really good range. The ducks are laughing at you, Abby. I know you guys.
Laughing at you.
Why?
Because you're funny looking.
Oh. That was mean.
No.
Hey, look at it go. Cruising right along. On this one, I can clearly see, kind of hard for you guys to see it probably, but I can see the water shooting out that side. And yeah, and you didn't even want to have the protector on there, did you?
No.
So this is fun. You know what would make these more fun? RC boats?
What?
If you had more than one driving together.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you are risky. Do you like that you also have the ability to drive slow if you want to?
Yeah.
I like that
really
too.
Nice.
Yeah, just to kind of cruise. It also helps you turn sharper if you drive slow. See, like if the shore is coming up. It looks good. It's a great little boat. If you guys want to check this out for yourself, we'll have it linked in the description box below. Very cool.
Just like a little speedboat.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, I know I like this one because I'm wanting to take the controls from you to drive it myself. I won't do that though. You want to test the self-riding one more time?
Sure.
All right, let's bring it in. See if it was just a fluke that it was that easy, or if it's always going to be that easy.
Should always be that
Should.
easy.
So this is how we do it. I just grab the boat and flip it over and push it out. And then Abby is going to do the controls. There, just a little back and forth on that throttle. It's that easy.
And this
Very
is
nice.
crazy because it comes with 2 batteries.
I do love that this one has a second battery. This might be my personal favorite so far
of the boats
of
that we've done
the
this
recent boats this year because of the price and just bang for your buck. Now we did one that was a little faster, a little bigger, a little more powerful.
Which was good too.
It was really good.
But this one has 2 batteries.
2 batteries, and it's $10 cheaper than that one. So for me, I don't know, I feel like this is a good speed for a pond this size. you know, we're just cruising around, having a good time. We don't need to disturb the peace and have a gas motor on. Now, if you live in a big lake or something, like a huge lake, you probably want something a little more powerful. But if you got access to a pond like this, I mean, something like this boat is just perfect. Okay, so this is now at the top of my list, right?
It. Oh yeah.
Of best bang for our buck, at least for 2018.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we have a few more boats that we're going to test, guys, so be sure to stay tuned to the channel. If you're just here for the boats, there are more coming. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, but know that we test all kinds of RCs, drones, airplanes, trucks. We pretty much do it all, even robots sometimes. Now, if you're interested in this, we'll have a link in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye!
You guys hear that beeping? That's how we know our battery's low and it's time to come back. We still have full throttle, but it's telling us, hey, you are low on juice. You need to bring your boat back. I'm really glad we did this. This was about 3 minutes longer than the video actually was. So you get about a 10-minute run time on one battery, and you get that indicator, time to come back to shore to save your boat.
Let's see if there's water inside.
One last thing. Now keep in mind there's a little water on top here from all that, so. Do we have water? Okay, a little bit. That's okay. See much? She's a little tiny puddle back here in the corner. Very hard to see.
Down.
Watch on the rock. Watch this. Few drops.
That's not bad.
That's how much water we had after 10 minutes of running. So that's intentionally flipping it and driving it under the fountain. Just wanted to give you guys that little follow-up because I feel like that's important to know too.